here on Nerd Talk.
So, the motorbike does not belong to Hagrid's?
No.
Wait,
Sirius gave it to him.
so why is it Hagrid's motorbike adventure too long name? Like,
They
it's
don't
not even Hagrid's
because they
bike.
don't mention it in the movie, I don't think.
Oh.
Um, yeah, because they don't mention Sirius to the third movie.
Oh.
But in the book, he's in the first chapter of the book. Um, Dumbledore's like, "Where'd you get this motorbike?" And then he's like, "Got it from young Sirius." Literally in the first chapter, they mention Sirius.
The actor who plays Sirius is in an episode of
Gary
Friends.
Oldman.
Yeah, he's in an episode of Friends.
Okay, he's in a lot of things, and he's awesome actor who does awesome things.
Yeah.
So, hey nerds, welcome back to Nerd Talk with Silver and Ray, where we're home for fandoms, where we chat about our favorite topics in TV, movies, gaming, books, and comics. I'm Silver.
And I'm Ray.
Today we're talking about TV as an overall genre, and in the future we'll peg down on the specific different shows and stuff. But now we're doing a overview of TV as a fandom. So, Ray, what are your favorite TV shows? Let's talk about that again.
Oh, current or in the past? I guess really in the past, 'cause I don't really watch TV anymore.
You don't watch TV anymore?
No. So I liked my favorite show growing up was Lois and Clark. Um, it's probably still my favorite, even though Dean is not as popular as he used to be, but I still love that show.
Yeah.
And then of course, Hey Arnold. As you can see, my sweater. Yep. Hey Arnold was my favorite cartoon. I love the Rugrats. Um, I watched Doctor Who, both old Who and new Who. Well, I only watched the fourth Doctor growing up, and then all of new Who. Friends, of course. I almost forgot Friends.
Friends.
Um,
That's a more recent thing, though, right?
I watched Friends growing up, but then when it was in syndication, I was like, man, I really used to like the show growing up, and then I just started binging it all the time
Sure.
because it's a familiar thing, I guess. Um, and then otherwise, I watch a lot of like documentaries and a lot of History Channel. Oh, Ancient Aliens, I guess that's a show.
Yeah.
I love Ancient Aliens. Watched every single episode of that, which kind of falls into like documentary History Channel.
Sure.
That's about it. For TV shows that were like my favorites.
And any new ones you watch besides, The Mandalorian?
So new ones is Mandalorian, for sure. I really like Skeleton Crew as well. We just finished Endor, so a lot of the new shows are like the new Star Wars shows that are really good. Um, no, I feel like I'm missing one, and I'm gonna be like, duh, that was so good. Um, but yeah, I guess Doctor Who is kind of in the newer ones too
Sure.
because it's in the new.
Still making new stuff.
I did watch Stranger Things. I really liked that one
Okay.
for like a minute there, but it's not. I feel like it's a show, but it's so infrequent that it comes on.
That's what happens on Netflix.
No, they didn't bring it back. Um, I did watch Big Bang Theory, but I wasn't like, I don't know. I liked Friends more than Big Bang, I guess.
Sure. Yeah, I wasn't really much of a sitcom type of person. I watched Mad About You. It was one of my sitcoms that I loved because I just loved Helen Hunt.
Hmm.
And then like the ones that my mom watched, I watched sparingly. She watched like Seinfeld and Frasier and Cheers.
And probably like Golden Girls. I feel
Yeah,
like
I mean
everybody's
everybody
watched
loves
Golden Girls. Yeah.
That is an iconic,
Mhm.
beloved show, whether you're young or old.
Yeah.
um, yeah, and like you were talking about, I like Hey Arnold, all the Nickelodeon stuff.
Mhm.
Um, Buffy, Avatar: The Last Airbender. If you're talking about Nickelodeon, Pokemon, Zelda had a show. Legend of Zelda had a show. I used to watch Gargoyle. Loved me some Gargoyles. But yeah, I watched a little bit of Doctor Who up until Matt Smith, pretty much. And I watched Lois and Clark too. Grew up on Lois and Clark. Loved it. Can still rewatch it today. I had a college class once where we watched an episode of Super. I was like, this is interesting.
It's definitely 90s history because I
Yeah.
mean that was like the main he was the main Superman in the 90s, really.
Yeah, I think it was um I guess a show about media or something, or a class about media.
Hmm.
So, but we watched the episode with the comet or the meteor or whatever. So, and we watched the whole episode in class, and I was like, this is interesting. But I know every word to this episode, so.
Another show that I not that I forget is a favorite, but it's one we've watched a lot.
Mhm.
Is Power Rangers.
Ah,
um like our original. I know it's not original to Japan, but it's like our original, which is Mighty Morphin. I think I've watched that series probably the most
yeah,
out of the Power Rangers, and then we pretty much keep up with all of them. So
sure. I watched Power Rangers a bit. I probably watched the first like of the original one. I watched probably the whole of that, but I don't remember it well enough. I didn't like rewatch it or keep up with it or anything, but I did like it when it came on. As for newer shows, of course I watched Fallout because I played that game incessantly, so I had to watch it. It was interesting and odd, but I liked it a lot. Um, what else?
you know you watched the new Avatar too, right? The live action.
Yeah, I watched the live action
Mhm.
Avatar. Hopefully they can improve in the next seasons. They got rid of the creator, so knew it wasn't gonna be as good as it could have been. But let's see, Buffy. I don't know if I mentioned that one. Uh,
Bones.
Bones, yes. I liked all like the procedurals, cop ones, and that were kind of interesting too. Like Lucifer, was a cop procedural. Bones, yes, loved it.
What was that other one? I think you watched Castle. I know that was kind of like
Castle,
job
yeah.
cop type one.
And I keep up with people I've loved from earlier stuff.
Hmm.
Like, I watched Bones because Angel was on it, and I watched Castle because uh, he's from Buffy too.
Hmm.
Played a bad guy on Buffy, the main guy there. Uh, yeah, and my mom pretty much always said I like countdown stuff, and she always wondered why. But like, um, any like top 10 videos or like on the History Channel, they would do like top 10 ancient weapons
Hmm.
or something, all those kind of stuff, and I like Ancient Aliens pretty well. I don't watch every single episode, but I liked it a lot. So those are the ones I can think of right now. There's like a million more. But I did want to ask, you know, if there was a show like you really loved that they canceled too soon or something.
Well, I mean, in my opinion, they canceled Lois and Clark too soon
Yes.
because it was only 4 seasons, and I feel like the last episode was could have totally led up to a whole nother season. Um, I've been pretty lucky that most of the shows that I do watch are like longer shows.
Hmm.
I mean, Doctor Who is like decades old, like
Yeah.
long, and that's good because I like to be able to go back and just be like, I'm gonna watch this for the next month. Friends had like 10 seasons.
Hmm.
Hey Arnold was pretty short, but it spanned over a lot of years. So
Yeah.
growing up, I didn't feel like it was short. Um,
Sure.
I didn't watch Firefly, but I know that's everybody's answer that that one wasn't long enough.
Yeah, it was only like one season.
Mhm. and I hear it was really good.
I didn't watch it because it was space. And I don't like space things. I'm okay with space things now, but I didn't like him at the time. So I was like, yeah, Joss Whedon, and I was a fan because of Buffy, but then they were like pretty much space cowboys and whatever, and I was like,
I mean, I hear it's really good.
Yeah, I heard that too, and all the people I've seen kind of react to it. I haven't watched like full reactions because only like to watch people react to things I've seen, but
Yeah,
they all love it.
and a more modern list of shows. Star Wars did a show called Accolade, and I hope I pronounced that right. And it was supposed to be more than one season, but it was canceled after one. And I thought it was really good too. The way it ended, like the spoiler, like the last episode was really good, and I loved it. And it's not gonna be picked up, but I'm like, but now we'll never know.
Sure. Well, there's one show that I stopped watching new TV shows because of.
Oh my gosh.
Because I was like, I can't be devastated like this again.
Yeah, it does hurt your feelings. It's true.
And then they're in the middle of the story. Like, can we finish the storyline before you roll off and cancel stuff? Like, so rude. I mean, Lucifer was almost like that, but we had that big fan push to Twitter war or whatever
to bring it back
on TV, and Netflix picked it up, and I was happy with Netflix for a second, but then
for a second
they start canceling stuff because that used to be like the safe newer network because they were like, oh, they won't just cancel stuff willy-nilly, but now they do. So I'm like, I can't watch anything new, but the show was Forever. And
I never even heard of it.
I loved it so much. It was a cop procedural, but it was about a guy who couldn't die. So he would get killed all the time, but he would just show back up. And he would always show back up in water. So he was like, he was coming across the boat, across like the Atlantic or something on a slave ship. And he was like a doctor.
Wow.
And they were just throwing slaves overboard because if they even looked sick, even if they weren't sick but kind of looked sick, they just like throw them overboard. And he was trying to like save a couple because he's like, they're not sick, but they're like, whatever, just throw them over, and if you don't get out of the way, we're gonna throw you over too. So that's what happened. He got shot and he was thrown overboard, but he didn't die. Like, he died, but he came back.
He came right back.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so, eventually he ended up in America. So that was what? The 1700s or something like that. Whenever they put slaves over here. 1600s probably. Before the revolution or whatever. But, yeah, he was a doctor. And so, he was figuring out how to die because
he was like immortal.
Yeah, even though he'd been alive like 200 and something years or whatever, or 300 and something years. I don't remember what it was.
Gosh, can you imagine?
He was like, I'm good.
I'm done. I've seen it all.
But he at least wanted to figure out how to remedy it, even if he didn't like particularly die. And so, but he had like lived a life with a girl. They got married. They adopted one of the Holocaust survivor babies, whose whole family was gone. So, but then it was like the regular time. It was like the 2000s. So his son was older than him because he doesn't age. And his wife left him because find out later somebody's searching for him, and they're like trying to use her to get to him, and she wouldn't let that happen, so she left him because even though she was getting old and she was looking old and he was young, still he had thought she like disappeared or died, but it turned out she had left to protect him.
Aww.
And it turns out who was looking for him was a guy who had been alive for 2,000 years. So he was like really bitter and annoyed, and he thought if he could figure out how to kill this other guy, he could figure out how to die himself. And he was like, you're just a baby still. You don't even know how horrible it is to be alive this long, because everybody you know will die. And I think about that myself too because I don't want to die, and I think about immortality and stuff when I'm like, well, if I can figure out immortality, somebody I love could probably come along with me too. That's my thought about it. But it was such a good show, and it had so many mysteries left. Like, how did this happen to him? And is he ever gonna fix it or whatever? And then he was kind of falling in love with the detective he was working with, and she had all the mystery about her husband died of a heart attack or something, even though he was young, and he was like working out and just died. And so he was very good at helping with solve murders because he's died hundreds of times.
Yes.
So like, he actually knows how it feels to die certain ways by certain poisons and all this and that, because he's tried to figure out how to die. Yeah. And that's how he's become a very good doctor as well. But he was working as a coroner. And so it just had such an interesting plot line. And I was like, and you just canceled it. So rude. Like, who's this 2,000-year-old guy? How did he get it? Like,
We'll never know.
and it reminds me of Age of Adeline, which is a movie that I really
Oh, I love that
where
one.
she can't age, and I'm like, I wish that would happen to me. I'm just in a car accident, and now I don't age.
And her daughter is like much older than her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that movie.
But yeah, it was like that. So I was just so mad when it got canceled that I was like, I can't watch anything new ever again. Like, when it has like 4 or 5 seasons, then I might jump on the bandwagon.
I know. I'm the same. Like, even with Doctor Who, that's a show that is always continuing. I'm like, wait for the season. Because like sometimes they'll do pauses in the season. It'll be like a year before the season finishes or something. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna wait. And I know it means I have to deal with spoilers, and because there's always spoilers.
Because you're always on the internet looking at stuff.
I am.
I don't get spoiled to anything.
I'm telling you, but it's like the last really spoilerish episode of Doctor Who, which I'm like, I'm not behind the season technically. I was, like I said, I'm waiting for the season to finish to binge it. Yeah, the last episode before like the 6-month hiatus, it was a real spoilerish episode because it's the last episode for a minute. Oh man, every single Doctor Who Facebook page, even just pages you follow, because usually it's just fun content.
Yeah.
They put the main spoiler up almost like an hour after the episode aired. I was like, not even people who are caught up have time to watch it. What?
Right. Not even the other time zone who hasn't aired yet or something.
What if I just got home from work and I need to make dinner and I don't have a magic potion to do my laundry? I need to freaking be caught up. No, they just dropped everything. I was like, wow. So that upset me a little bit, but like you said, I'm always on there.
I mean, Doctor Who's upsetting anyway to me, because I'm like, oh no, there's a new doctor and I don't like it. I like the doctor I had.
It's, what is it they say? Sadness is happiness for deep people or whatever.
Oh, is it?
And that one episode, Blink, of Doctor Who that introduces the Weeping Angels. And he tells Sally Sparrow, I think that's her name, or something like that.
I don't watch that episode a lot because I don't like it.
That's like it's not, I'm not gonna say it's my favorite, but it's one of my favorites. And she says that, I think, the sadness is happiness for deep people or something.
That's scary.
And that sums up Doctor Who. Like, the sadness of the show was like,
no, I'm mad and sad and annoyed because now there's a new doctor and I gotta learn to like him. I can only do it twice. I'm like, nah, I don't want to see anymore. I don't want to see. And then, there's never enough river. I'm like, why is there not more river?
I know.
There needs to be more river.
Alex Kinsing is amazing. They do need to bring her more in the show. She really is great.
Yeah.
I wanted her there.
She's my favorite in there.
Every season, I'm like, bring her back. Even more than than Billy that they keep bringing back. Billy Piper or Rose.
Rose.
Um,
I love Rose.
and I
But,
love Rose, but I do love Alex Insane. I think
but
she's
Rose's story is
so
over. Like, did she get her own Dr. Gone? About your life.
yeah, technically she got the spare. Yes.
Yeah, I'm like, go on about your life. Your story's over.
That's funny.
Like, we need more time with River. Because I'm always interested in the romance and the storyline anyway, too. Like, yeah, it's cool. You got cool companions and all that, but this your wife.
And they mentioned in the beginning that he had like an old Who,
Mm-hmm.
because one of his companions was one of his granddaughters, but the way River's timeline to his is not linear.
Mm-hmm.
It could easily be her. They could easily find a writer to put that in to have it have always been her.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not gonna say like I'm not an expert with old Who. They might have mentioned who his wife was, but I don't believe they did.
Mm.
And if they didn't, I mean, that's right there.
Sure.
It's super easy to just have it be her. And she's like I said, since she's such a great actress, and I think the fandom would be okay with it.
Yeah, of course. And who doesn't love her?
Yeah, and she's been with 3 doctors already. Like she's made appearances with 3, and she had great chemistry with David. She was only in that one episode with him.
Yeah.
Her introductory episode, and then she was mostly in 11's, of course. Yeah, timeline.
Sure.
But even her episode with Peter was really good too.
Yeah, and that was the end of her.
I know.
Oh, yeah. Which is another reason sad. I'm like, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see this and cry all the time. No, thank you. So, but I love it for the time travel, but I'm like, I don't want to see it anymore. But what did you think about when they got rid of Kat of Lois and Clark?
Oh, and like they just didn't even explain it.
She's just gone.
She's just gone. And then when they rehashed Supergirl, her character's back,
Mm-hmm.
and she's like a main character. So it's like obviously Cat Grant has a lot of pull in the story, and she just left. No explanation. They mention her.
She's in comics and stuff.
Yeah, she's in the comics, and she always likes Clark.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of mention it in the Supergirl, but it's not. It's since Superman's not really
In that show.
that much.
Yeah.
They mention it, but it's like glazed over.
Okay.
And then the 2 Jimmies. Oh, they have 2 Jimmies.
Yeah. And I still like the first one. It's like the first Doctor Who. I like the first one. Yeah, the other one is fine, but
Yeah, I like both Jimmies. I mean, Michael,
I
I
like
guess,
the
is
first one. They had like a different dynamic with the first one.
Mhm.
And the second one come around, he's more like kid like.
Yeah, he's more young.
Yeah.
And I think that's what they said was the reason that Michael and Dean look too similar.
Like brothers or something.
And then Michael was too old, was older. Jimmy's supposed to be like, the kid.
The scrappy kid.
Yeah. And he's supposed to be learning how to be a photographer and learning how to be a journalist. And Michael was portraying it a little more seasoned, like he kind of already knew a little more.
Yeah.
Even though he was trying to get like his first story out there too, but just because he was older, he played it a little older.
Sure.
I was fine with him. He didn't bother me at all.
I liked him.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't feel like they were related at all. Like they don't look alike to me, but okay.
Yeah, I didn't like when they got rid of Lex Luthor either.
Yeah.
I know John had location conflicts because he lived, I guess they filmed on the West Coast and he lived on the East Coast. And he was flying back and forth to film, but he had younger kids and he was like, I don't really want to be away from my kids. That's what Dean said in an interview. For why
he was a good
John
Lex
out.
Luthor.
Yeah.
I really liked him as Lex.
Yeah, his acting chops kind of carried it because, I mean, what if Dean sees this? Okay, whatever. If he sees this, he knows I love him, but he's a pretty face. His acting was not as strong in season 1.
Sure.
And John's acting was so good and Terry's acting was so good that you kind of needed it for the balance.
Yeah.
That when John was gone, it was like kind of all on like Terry and the actor who plays Chief,
Yeah.
Lane, I think is his name.
Lane
Lane
Smith.
Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, they don't have Martha and Jonathan in it enough because I love Kay
them.
Callan.
Yes.
Yeah, she was really great.
They're very good, Martha and
Yeah.
Jonathan.
And I feel like Dean really got more comfortable
Yeah.
with it as
He
the
improved
season
over
went
time.
along, and then like towards the end when he was doing so much and he was directing and writing and everything, they cut the show. Like, like it was just getting really, really good.
Yeah, where'd that baby come from?
Where'd the baby come from? How are we just never gonna know? Like, what do you mean? What?
Yep. Yep. And then when Buffy, they almost got canceled or whatever, or they did get canceled for the
And
5th season,
I
and they
remember
killed
that.
her off. Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Isn't that when they brought up Faith? Or was that?
No, Faith showed up after in the 2nd season.
Mm. I know that so Buffy dies multiple times?
Yeah.
God, I don't remember that show as much as I thought I did.
And she dies from the master from the 1st season and the last episode. Because there was a prophecy that she would die.
Mm.
But she drowned. And so Xander resuscitated her.
And that's when Faith.
Yeah. And then the next Slayer got called because even though she was only dead a few minutes, it moved on to the next Slayer. So even if she dies again, it's already another Slayer. So it's moved past her already. So even though she dies again in the 5th season, there's Faith's already there. So Faith's the actual current Slayer.
Yeah.
So that's why, because she died in the 1st season, then Kendra came, and then Kendra got killed, and then Faith.
I just remember not liking Faith.
I like Faith in fan fiction. Because, her and Buffy kind of have some chemistry. And so it's always kind of portrayed that they have a thing or something.
I can get behind that.
So I'm like, I'm down for it, and that helps her not be crazy and kill people
True.
and lose her mind, But a lot of the fan fiction I read, most of the people are gay. So I'm like, I'm okay. But yeah, so she died. They killed her off at the end of season 5 because they thought the show was canceled. But then it got picked up from whatever. Is a U one because it wasn't the CW yet. Because it went from WB to the U1.
UPN? No.
UPN. I think
Maybe.
that is.
I don't know.
I think that's it. And then that UPN turned into CWH or whatever.
And that was the one where she was like buried, right? Like,
yeah, she died because she sacrificed herself to save Dawn or whatever, even though Dawn wasn't a real person.
Had Angel left already by then?
Yeah, Angel left at the end of season 3.
I couldn't handle when Angel left. That got me so mad. Like,
Yeah, I wasn't interested in their relationship like that to stop.
Oh, I like the relationship in stories as well. So when he left, I was like,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, relationships are important. They had amazing chemistry, but I was like, bye.
that's funny.
And then I watched like the 1st season of Angel, and I was like, I'm good.
Yeah, and then David, I guess Mark from Roseanne, I forget his name in real life.
Yeah.
He passed away.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know he had passed away. I thought they just took him out of the show. And I was like, no. And then I come to find out years later that he passed away. And I was like, well, that's even sadder.
Yeah. And he knew, so they killed him in the show.
Yeah, he knew it was going to happen.
Yeah.
It's even sadder.
Yes, it's sad. But yeah, Buffy had 2 more seasons after she died. And then there's the musical episode, which was a triumph.
They need to do more musical episodes.
I mean, most shows have a musical episode. Like Lucifer had one. Some other show.
I know they did like a big musical mashup on it was long coming because there's so many musical people on there. The Flash, it was like a
Oh, yeah,
cross.
yeah, yeah.
The Flash, Supergirl. I
Yeah,
feel
because
like,
like a bunch of those people were on Glee, so.
yeah, and I feel like I think maybe no, Green Arrow was the third one. I know they had three that was musicals,
Mhm.
but yeah, because the guy who plays Flash's stepdad is he's in Rent. The
Alumni.
Jesse Martin, I think is his
Mhm.
name. Um, and then Barry. I didn't even know that the actor who plays Barry Allen was in Glee,
Yeah, he was on
but
Glee.
he's in Glee. And then
The Jimmy guy was sings in musicals and stuff.
oh yeah, Jeremy Jordan. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's in everything now. He's such a good singer.
yeah.
Um, I think he was
And
doing
then
Newsies
Supergirl
and
was
on
in
it.
Glee.
Yeah, and I didn't know she was in Glee either. But oh, and it was Legends of Tomorrow was the fourth one.
uh,
And the guy who plays Daddy Warbucks in
um,
and like that one version, the
the
90s version of Annie.
the ABC Disney Channel movie or
Hmm.
whatever.
Yeah, he's on
Yeah, the
there.
guy from Titanic.
And he was the one you saw on
Yeah, I
Broadway.
saw him on
Broadway
Broadway
because he was in
and on
Hello
Hello
Dolly.
Dolly. Yeah,
Hmm.
he was the guy, the main
So
guy.
when I saw that, I was like, man, there's so many. I was like, there's gonna have to be a musical episode. There's like Broadway people, there's Glee people, there's so many people,
Yeah,
and yeah, they
people
finally
who
did it.
singing. Yeah. There's a lot of shows that do musical, and I always appreciate
But Hannah
it.
Baker didn't sing. And she sings too.
Yeah, she
Uh,
was in that show about country singers or
yeah,
whatever.
but if I remember correctly, she didn't sing in the singing episode. I'm like, hello, you have another one.
Right. Don't cut people out of the singing.
Yeah, I like her.
Well, and then there's Pokemon that came out in the early 90s when the games were coming out, or the mid 90s or whatever. I love that show. The original one where, you're like, she's gonna be the best. She's gonna be a Pokemon master.
I know. I just met the voice actress for Ash, and I was telling her about you because
Yeah.
that show reminds me of
I love
you.
that show.
Yeah.
Ring, 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 ring,
Mhm.
phone call.
Yeah. I was like, I told her, I was like, I don't know if I gave you the card. She gave me something to give you. I thought I gave it to you, but yeah, I told her, I was like, my friend loves your show.
I love that show. Like when we used to get like DVDs and stuff because then nothing came out on DVD.
True.
I was like, I will rewatch this forever.
Yeah, she asked us that because Michael and Alex are watching Pokemon. She's like, "Where are you guys watching it?" I was like, "Oh gosh, I hope we're like watching this." And
Nowhere.
then, but it's on. I guess it's on Paramount or something like that
Yeah.
now. And I was like, "Phew."
Well, then there's always that theory about that he's like dreaming or something.
Oh, I hate dream theories.
There's always a dream theory. There's a dream theory on Buffy. They even had an episode where Normal again or whatever, where she was in a mental institute and she wasn't really a slayer and none of that existed.
Oh man, I hate those. They say that with I don't know, with the Jungle movie. Uh, at the end,
Uh-huh.
a spoiler. um, he's supposed to be going to school or something, and his parents, or he's finishing school for the day,
Mhm.
and his parents are waiting outside school for him. But the way they, the way they present them, it's in like that dream haze. And he wakes up at one point towards the end. He's like, and he thinks it's a dream, and he's running around, but then it's real, and they're feeding Abner bacon in the kitchen.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it bothers me. Like,
Horrible.
why are you feeding
They're
Abner bacon?
cannibalizing.
Yes. And he wakes up and they're all there, and it's not a dream, because I was like, if that was a dream, that was 18 years we had to wait for this movie.
Right.
I always get mad at dream sequences. I think it stems from The Wizard of Oz, where they tried to pass that as a dream.
Yeah, she
And
was
you were
dreaming.
there, and no. I can't believe that in my heart. It was real to me. But
She was
no,
dreaming.
I think that's ruined it for me for the rest of eternity. I don't want shows, especially shows, because you invest so much time in shows.
Yeah.
I don't want them to be a dream.
Well, they said about Harry Potter too, that he's just dreaming about all this stuff. And there's a lot of shows that are like,
I guess fans want it to be a dream or something. I don't know why, but
because then they're probably jealous. They're like, I can't live in that world, so you can't either. It was a dream. You weren't really doing it.
did you have a show that ended too soon for you, or
Yeah, and
other than Forever, or was
Forever.
just that one?
I mean, lots of shows ended too soon for me. Let me see if I can think of any specific ones. Like, cause I never want anything to end, so I'm like, it's too soon. But sometimes things have a really good ending. Did anything have like a really good ending for you? You're like, oh, we good. Like how Bones ended, I really liked. Um, how Big Bang ended, I liked. Sometimes they give things a proper ending, and you're like, okay. I know a lot of people didn't like the Roseanne ending or the semi ending where they won the lottery or something.
She says in the last episode that basically all of season 10 doesn't exist.
Mhm.
So when they revamped it and they brought it back,
They didn't win the lottery.
they made it like that. It started it like essentially season 9, but Dan was still alive. Because that's the thing, she stops it there because she doesn't want Dan to die. So in season 10, she says that he did, but then Dan is back.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
They're like, where's the money grab?
I know that was such a good story for them since the whole premise is that they were poor and it's the last season,
Mm-hmm.
No, they brought back the whole set just so that they could make them poor again.
Well, then there's the shows that should be ended already. Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah, that's what happened with Flash, in my opinion. Like the
Yeah.
first few seasons, I really enjoyed it, but then they kept the whole you talked about in another episode that Superman can't spin around so fast, and
Right.
but Barry Allen does stuff like that on Flash all the time. Not necessarily spinning the Earth around, but he messes up the
So fast that
timelines
he time travels.
all the time. Like he's messing stuff up, and that's like he messed up the timeline so many times. I was like, I can't with this anymore, and I stopped watching it. I just couldn't get behind him messing up the timeline so much. Like, really, Barry? Like, dang it, Barry. I still say that actually. Dang it, Barry. Even for things that has nothing to do with Barry, I'll say that. I'm like, dang it, Barry. And it's because he messes up the timeline so many times.
Yeah.
Uh,
I've heard a little bit about that because I never watched it because I didn't watch any of those CW, whatever the name of the channel is.
yeah, CW. I loved all of them. I watched all of Supergirl. And I mean, initially I watched it just because Dean was in it. I mean, he's only in it like I think 2 episodes, but I watched that. I did not watch the new Superman with Tyler. I know I'm a horrible Superman fan, but I can't get behind him as Superman, so I can't watch it.
Yeah.
And I've met him in real life, and it's very rare that you meet, in my experience, that I meet a celebrity or a voice actor and they're not like as amazing as you expect them to be.
Mm-hmm.
And he was one of them. So was the Smallville guy. The one I didn't watch Smallville.
Tom
But
something.
yeah.
Tom Welling.
Yeah,
He was in Lucifer.
the first time he came to MegaCon, he had like his back to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I thought that was kind of rude. Like, I don't know. Like, why do you have your back towards everyone? And then Tyler was complaining the whole time last MegaCon. So I'm like, I'll stick with Dean and Brandon. I'm good. Just they're great. And maybe this new guy in the new movie that comes out
That's
it
out.
might have
pretty
already
much.
it might already be out.
Well, I think it's like July 11th.
Yeah, July 11th. Depending on when this airs. But yeah, I'll give him a chance. So far it looks good. I like the way his Lois looks.
I
So,
just hope they spend a lot of time as Clark, because that's why I loved Lois and Clark so much, because it was a lot of time as Clark,
mm-hmm,
because Clark's who he is.
mm-hmm.
Superman's what
What
he
he does.
does,
Mm-hmm.
So, like, yeah, Superman's great, but there's a lot of complexity with Clark and,
Mm-hmm.
him having to hide and like not use his full power and really hold back a lot of the time because he could just kill people.
Yeah, true. He could.
And
Mm-hmm.
that's always been more interesting to me than Superman. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I love that he saves people, but like that's not everything about him, and so I hope they spend a lot more time with Clark because I love Henry Cavill and he looks amazing as Superman, but
Yeah,
they spent 2 seconds with him as Clark in that
yeah.
movie, so I was like, it's a great movie, but
And
we needed
one of
about
my
30 more
favorite
minutes with Clark.
scenes, yeah, is with him and Lois. And like you said, it's only 2 minutes of Clark and Lois.
Yeah.
And she's
And
so
she
cute
instantly
too.
knows who he is, which bothers me as well.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's crazy that you wouldn't recognize him in glasses, but
I don't know. I was talking about Bones. What's her sister's name? Uh,
um,
Emily's
Emily
Deschanel?
Deschanel,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, they
Zoe.
say Zoe. So yeah. So there's like a famous meme of her where it looks like her in her normal look with her bangs and her glasses, but then the next one is she has her hair pulled back and no glasses. She looks like a completely different
Mhm.
person. And
Yeah.
they're like, maybe it is
Well,
believable.
Henry said that too. He said he went to Times Square with glasses on. Nobody came up to
Do you know that I was in Times Square the day before that he was there?
him.
Like in the same spot that Henry was, I was a day before.
I'm sorry. Would you recognize him though? Because he had glasses on.
I want to believe that yes, I would recognize him. Listen,
Like some big old muscle man that looks like Henry Cavill with glasses on. I'd be like, dude,
the
you're Henry Cavill.
the only thing is that where he was
Mhm.
is so busy.
Yeah,
And that would be maybe not so much that I didn't recognize him. I might have just not,
just walked on by
because
fast.
you're just trying to make sure you get where you got to go. You don't want to bump into people, and in the streets are like moving, people are
Yeah.
moving. So I'm like, maybe that would be the only reason I might not have seen him. But if I would have seen him, I feel like yes, I would have recognized him. Because I was on the lookout for Pedro Pascal.
For
I'm
sure.
always on the lookout for Pedro because he was in New York for Father's Day. He was in Soho on Father's Day. So I'm like, maybe he's still there. I don't know, but they did a Pedro Pascal lookalike contest on Father's Day, and he didn't stroll on by. He was so close to it. So I was looking out for Pedro Pascal and Casey McQuiston.
And
I
you
was
were
looking
too
out
early
good,
for Henry.
and I didn't see Casey McQuiston or Pedro Pascal. Sad face. I did see a King Kong and a Spider-Man though.
Congrats.
Taking pictures for people.
I did think of another show that I'm mad got canceled, and that was I forget what it's called, but it was about time travel. Uh,
Like in the 90s or
no, it was in the
recently?
2000s, not recent though, but like they had a time travel machine
Mm-hmm.
and they were going back in time because somebody was trying to like dismantle the government or something through time or something. And so they were like this secret government agency trying to prevent that. And so they had to keep rolling through time because somebody else created a time machine, probably that used to work with them or something. And it was like Time Runners or Time something like that. And it was really interesting. And I was like, they got maybe
Guys, remember, tell us in the comments.
2 or 3 seasons, yeah. And I was like, I love that show. And then it was canceled, and they didn't resolve anything. And I was like, why do you hate me? Anyway, we see where I love things to go with time travel, and then they never finish it. I think they probably canceled. What was that show called with the plane? The plane
Manifest?
disappeared. Yeah, the plane disappeared, and
So they canceled Manifest, but they brought it. they finished it.
Oh, did they?
Yes.
I didn't watch it because like I said, I refuse to watch anything new.
Oh, I binged Manifest.
When
I
I
guess
was like,
that's a new
that sounds
show.
good, but I'm not watching
Yeah.
it.
And then the same when I heard it was canceled, I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
You're kidding me.
I know. Yeah, a book I read last month, The Stars Too Fondly, had the same kind of vibe or like the same kind of science as Manifest. So I was just thinking about that. And we travel not a lot, but we drive because I don't fly. I don't mess with that 828 stuff. I can't be dealing with that Manifest stuff.
Yeah, what made me think of that is we can have a quick trivia. If one of these, this is the name 5 things or whatever. So the category is shows and movies about time travel.
That's a good category.
A lot of things. But yeah, we've passed our time on that, so we don't have time to do that. But we can move into what we're nerding out about recently.
I'm still just working on my cosplays. That's my focus right now. Cosplay is a lot of my focus.
Yeah.
Fandom wise. Just what I'm working on, like cosplay wise, is usually what my current
nerd out
is. The beginning of the year it was Green Goblin. And then that Skeleton Crew show came out, and that was in December that it came out. But I don't know, I think it might have been week by week.
Yeah.
And I was like, like, not that I knew I was gonna watch it, like there was no doubt about it, but I was like, I have to wait for the full series to come out because I just know I'm gonna watch the first episode and I'm like, I have to wait a week or 2 weeks or something like that. I need to watch all of this right now.
Right.
So I waited for there to be like 3 or 4 episodes. So it started in December, but I didn't watch it till like January. And as I have my friend in Tennessee, Dylan, he saw me for my birthday. He was like, have you watched it yet? Because he knew I was gonna love it. And I was like, not yet. He's like, okay, message me. You're gonna message me when you do because you're gonna know what it is. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, I am in love with Neil so much. I'm gonna cosplay Neil. And of course Neil is a blue elephant.
Of course.
So I was like, it's gonna happen. And then Robert, the actor who plays Neil, was actually in in Florida twice. He was in Orlando for MegaCon, which I didn't have Neil ready for. And then he was at like, I think it was Jacksonville. He came back, and between the MegaCon and the Jacksonville convention was 3 weeks. I started Neil the day MegaCon ended. I started it, and I had it finished the night before the Jacksonville convention. I was like, I have to do it, but that's how I get with my cosplays. Like, that's always my fixation. If there's a new show and I'm like, I need to cosplay it, like that's all I can think about.
I gotcha. Yeah, I don't have anything that consistently I'm nerding out about like that. I do want to get back into writing though, just because I love it, and it's just like we were talking about in the other episode. It's just one of my favorite things to do, where it's like your own world you're creating that only you really have access to. Like, yeah, eventually, if it's good, you might put it out to the world, but until then, it's your own little world, and I think that's interesting. I'm not writing anything particular right now, but I do think about my story I started called Fateless, and it was a good concept, and I was inspired by this game called Fake Card or something. I don't remember what it was called. It's on my computer, but you play. It's like a card game. It's like kind of like Yu-Gi-Oh or something. You play like with cards or whatever, but it's called like the Fake Card. So it made me think of, what if everybody in the world was predestined for something by fate, and like fate's kind of like this God entity or whatever, or is it? maybe it's just a way to control people. That's part of the mystery of the story. I don't even know yet. But everybody, like, kind of like Harry Potter, but on like their 10th birthday, like a fake card shows up and it says, this is what kind of work you're gonna do. This is what, this is probably how many kids you're gonna have, and all this, and it pretty much spells out your whole life for you. And some people are happy about it, like some people were happy to wear uniforms or something, like, oh, okay, sure. Now I know what I'm supposed to do and I don't have to worry about it. Just do it and live my life, sort of thing. And so some people are happy about that. And there's always a rebellious side who's like, nah, bro, I want to do what I want to do. And so there's always rebellions and stuff like that. And so what happened was the main character, she didn't get a card. It's the first time ever that nobody ever got a cup, that she didn't get a card. So they were like, well, so they were headed to like the council or whatever, who have a direct line to fate, to see what the issue was. And pretty much I think I was having them tell her that it's your choice to kind of do what you want to do, and there is magic in the world, so obviously if magic's a choice, why wouldn't you pick that? But I think her best friend had magic, or was going to go into magic school or whatever. So like school and everything's free because it's by fate. So you want you to be good at what you're supposed to be doing. So they would have you sent to school from 10 to like 17 or something. So you spend 7 years becoming an expert, and then you'd be of age and you would go do what you're supposed to be doing. So that's pretty much how far I got with it. But then, then I went on to be busy doing things that aren't really important. But
dang it, having to adult. Dang it.
So yeah, that's it. So hey, nerds, thanks for hanging out with us. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know what you're nerding out about right now. And if you have any comments about TV shows or whatever, where they ended too soon or lasted too long, let us know.
Let us know if you remember the one Silver couldn't remember, because I can't remember it either.
I think maybe Timeless might be it. But let us know in the comments.
Let us know in the comments.
Peace.
Bye.